All right.
I'm seeing my junkie. That's my ivory. Oh my God, I straightened up the back.
All right. And we greetings and salutations, everyone out there in the world. We are here inside the Wellness Awareness Recovery Network. Althea, the star. On how to get some good solutions. We're here every second and Thursday at 2. And today, we're talking about some things that we really need to know about. I know a lot of people, especially during time in COVID, had heard about SEMO. They run on SEMO. SEMO used to be like, I don't know how much, a lot less expensive than it is now. But we're glad that this public feelings. Especially, it's just one of the many that on every Tuesday or Thursday. So anyway, this is the Blog Thursday. Althea, give it to him.
But it's not just about essential oils. I'm not going to be talking about essential oils every 2 weeks, but I'm bringing in people that have knowledge and expertise in the field of wellness, whether it's physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever, So even if you know somebody, like in the crystals, oils, herbs, Reiki, meditation, anything like that, that's a healing, bring them on, and we'll put them in. Okay, so today I chose to talk about sea moss. One reason why, I remember somebody telling me about how sea moss has 102 minerals and nutrients that our body needs. Now, 92 of the 102. And so I started taking it because I had problems with my stomach, my head, and I was in and out the hospital for a long time. They was giving me all kinds of medications. One of them actually messed up you can tell I'm talking kind of funny because they gave me something. They said it was all in my imagination about my stomach. They gave me something for my head. I woke up one morning, I had a seizure. My whole side of my face was going on like that, and my mouth still not right. So I said, that's it. I'm not doing anything. So somebody told me about sea moss. And I'm telling you, it corrected it. I stopped taking everything they gave me and I started doing the sea moss. And I'm telling you, I have no problem with my stomach anymore. I'm so much healthier because of it. So when people ask me, I'm like, yeah, sea moss has that. And somebody said, well, what kind of nutrients does it have in it? I don't really know. I'm like, how I'm pushing something and I don't even know about it. So what I did, first I went on, let me see. I'm going to share. How come my thing is not clicking right? Why isn't my? Oh no! Don't tell me my mouse not working.
Not the mouse. Not the mouse.
Wait.
It's okay.
Why my mouse not working? All of a sudden.
That's all right.
Wait a minute. Oh, there it is.
All right.
There it is. Okay. I want to share something with y'all. Okay, I think this is it. These are the 102 minerals that make up the human body. You see all that? I can't even pronounce half of them. And 92 of them. You see, sea moss, 92 minerals. What do they do for our bodies? Now look all this stuff in there. Look all those minerals. I'm familiar with some aluminum, some of them argon, arsenic, all of these that make up the human body. And 92 is in sea moss. So it's like if you're dieting or whatever you're doing and you're not sure if you're getting certain things, if you just do sea moss, you're going to get all this, and your body needs it. It's going to get, well, at least it's going to get 92 of them, right? They make up the human body. You get 92 of them. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the sea moss. These are the benefits, okay? The first one you see is heart healthy, all right? Because it's rich in magnesium and potassium and other minerals. And what they do, they help to regulate your blood pressure. So that's really important. A lot of people are on blood pressure medications. I too have been on blood pressure medication for a long time. They gave me 3 water pills. I'm down to 1 water pill since I've been taking the sea moss. I went to the doctor today and they told me today, they said, oh my God, your blood pressure is so perfect. And it's never been perfect, never. And I attribute it to the sea moss, okay? Because it does help your, okay? The next is the weight loss. And the reason why it's good for weight loss, because there's a compound called alginate that's in there. And what it does, it takes the fat cell, it binds the fat cells and prevents them from being absorbed in your body. So that's why it's good. Somebody call me. Anyway, that's what it helps it, because it actually takes those fat cells and absorb them. That's awesome. So when you go to the bathroom, you're, eliminating fat cells.
What's that called? How do you spell it?
Oh, the compound that's in it, alginate, alginate. I can put it in the chat if you want. Okay. Now, the iodine. It's a good source of iodine. Okay. Now, that's the only problem sometimes. You might be getting enough iodine, and the average person, what they call the average diet, may get enough, but it does keep the thyroid functioning properly. And it's good because the iodine is good for cognitive functioning, your thinking and your reasoning ability and fertility. But you got to be careful because you don't want to have too much iodine because there's side effects if you get too much. So you definitely should consult, like with anything, whether it's oils or herbs, consult with your doctor before you change anything about your diet or anything. But the iodine is the only real, could be a problem, but most of the time it's not. Okay, it supports the gut health. Can you see that? Oh, the gut health, yes. Okay, because it contains that same ingredient, the compound alginate, it can promote gut health. What it does, it binds the toxins in your body, the stuff that's not good for you, all the bad bacteria, and it prevents them from being absorbed by the body, like the fat cells. It prevents all that bad, and like say the dinner that you had the night before and you do the sea moss, you're going to have toxins. Anything you eat or take in your body, you're going to have some kind of residue, something that don't belong there. Well, it absorbs that and you can pass that along. So that's really good. Okay. Additionally, it's a good source of fiber. It helps you go to the bathroom without taking laxatives. It's like a natural thing. It helps to promote gut bacteria and prevents constipation. That's huge. That's major. Immunity. It's a good source of vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E, which all 3 boost your immunity. And it contains anti-inflammatory properties, which helps reduce the risk of infection. And that's huge in itself. And in the climate today, we need everything we can do to boost our immunity from getting viruses and things that's going around. Okay, now it can build during your workout. It's a good source of protein. It actually has protein in it. So that's good for your muscle growth because in order to maintain your muscle, you need protein. And it also has anti-inflammatory properties, which can help reduce the risk of muscle soreness and promotes recovery after workouts. Okay. Wait, let me start the next slide. Okay. Now, it promotes skin health. It's very good for your skin because it has rich in A, C, and E, and are known to promote healthy skin. If you notice, all skin products normally has vitamin C in it. and vitamin A and vitamin E, those three. If you look at any kind of skin lotion or bath wash, you normally have those, or at least they say have it in it, right? And it also contains the anti-inflammatory properties because it's good for a face mask. If you have acne or any kind of skin ailments on your face, you can actually just take it just like it is and put it on your face. Okay, you can use it as a mouthwash. Okay, you can take it, and I never used it as a mouthwash because that's something I just found out as I was doing more research. But you can just take it and just put it in your mouth and swish it around your mouth just like it is. It doesn't have too much of a taste to it or really smell. Some people mix fruit with their sea moss or whatever. You can mix whatever you want with the cinnamon or whatever, and as a good mouthwash. Because it has because of the iodine in it. It contains also anti-inflammatory properties, which reduce the risk of gingivitis and other gum diseases. Okay, that's awesome. You can just use it as a healthy drink option instead of sodas. You can put it in a drink and put it in a blender, make a smoothie, anything like that. Expels mucus from the body. It's rich. It's the iodine again. See, the iodine is awesome. It actually promotes the expulsion of mucus from the body. And what it does, it reduces the risk of infection. And you have reduces inflammation. Those same three vitamins, A, C, and E. Okay, contains which reduce the risk of chronic diseases. I even have a thing. Let me see if I have. I'll get back to that about inflammation if you know what that is. Okay, cleanses the blood. It helps to reduce the risk of infection. That's what that does. Now it has improved. What's next? Cleanse your blood. Improve love life. It's rich in minerals which can help improve your love life. Sea moss contains anti-inflammatory properties which can reduce the risk of STDs. Now, how it does that? Because it absorbs the impurities. It absorbs the bacteria that might cause it. I don't think, and I'm not saying it'll cure it or anything or prevent it, but just the properties of it absorbing stuff that's not good, toxins and things, But her thyroid will help. We talked about that because it has a lot of iodine in it. Colds, let's see what else. Relief for colds and flus. Those same three vitamins, A, C, and E, which are known to relieve colds and flu. Helps reduce the risk of infection, which is one thing. Okay, increased energy. Sea moss is rich in vitamins and minerals, which help increase energy levels and reduces fatigue. Detoxifies your body. Right. It reduces the risk of disease. Basically, that's what it's saying. Just about everything. Either reduce the risk of infection or reduce the risk of disease. Antibacterial benefits, all of that reduces the risk of disease. Effective for fighting prostate enlargement. It helps fight prostate enlargement, which reduces the risk of prostate cancer. And a lot of our men, black men particularly, have a lot of prostate cancer or prostate problems. And if that does it, it's not gonna hurt. Try it. What else is there? And reduce the risk of radiation poisoning, which can help to reduce the impact of radiation poisoning, which helps to reduce the risk of cancer. Despite its reputation for being beneficial, its primary use to be healthy because it contains so many excellent minerals and undesirable pollutants and toxins and things that your body don't need. Now, like I said, one of the side effects, is too much iodine. Although iodine is a good thing, it can be negative because taking iodine supplements may have a detrimental impact on your thyroid. endocrinologists advise against it unless it's, matter of fact, talk to your doctor, because your prostate is something that's we're all individuals, but how your prostate is working for you, only you and your doctor will know for sure. Talk to him about, would sea moss be okay? I know one person that can't do it because they have a problem. They're already getting too much or enough. They don't need any, so they can't do sea moss. And they're really sad about that. But I'm sure there's other things. It contains heavy metals. It's known to accumulate heavy metals from the water which it is grown. It's not dangerous in tiny amounts, but overdoing it on seaweed intake isn't a good idea. Sometimes it may have an unpleasant taste because it comes from the sea, but so far what I have, my experience with it, I haven't smelled anything fishy or anything like that. Because before you use it, you wash it a couple of times. But sometimes raw sea moss has a briny, ocean kind of flavor. It's comparable to clams and oysters. If you don't enjoy the seafood taste, then it's not to be liking. But I've never had that problem.
What does it look like? What does it look like?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm ready to tell you right now. This is what it looks like when you buy it in a pack.
Yeah, it's nice and stringy. Oh, it's hard to.
It's spongy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And what you do, and I have a recipe for it too, and it's really simple to make. All you do is take like this bag. I'll just put it in my kind. Take the bag. You will put this in a bowl of water.
It looks like something that comes from the seas, from the bottom of the sea.
Yeah. Okay. We wash it 2 times. We spring purified with distill, not spigot, because spigot water will kill a lot of vitamins that's in it. You don't want to use spigot. Okay, just wash it 2 times. Just you might find debris and things like that. Cover it with water in a bowl. Just so enough to cover it.
Just wash it and
So
soak it.
put it in the refrigerator. Room temperature. Cover it with a top, whatever, and let it sit for 12 to 24 hours. Now, some readers, they say, 30 minutes, whatever, but the longer you soak it, the water will get swelled and it will absorb the water. Okay, next day you get up, you take that same thing, pour it in a pot with the water and the sea moss, and you boil it and stir it until it dissolves. And you got it. And you're done. You just put it in a jar, like whatever jar, an airtight jar, and it will gel. And this is it.
Word.
See it come out like that. Right? I'm gonna put my hand. And now see it comes out a little gel. Put in your smoothie. And that's all you have to do. It's just that. That's it. We add to drinks, to smoothies, to stews and soups. And for all the benefits that it has, that's nothing to do. I mean, Jell-O is harder to make than that. For all those benefits. I mean, when you think of 92 minerals, that's a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Question out there. Wash twice with water. Is that just spring purified or distilled?
Oh, you can't see the door? You can't see it?
No, I'm asking, is it just spring purified and distilled?
Spring purified, just not spigot. It can be any water. It could be alkaline water, just not spigot water. Because what spigot water has in it will destroy the minerals and things that's in the sea moss. You don't want to do that.
Okay.
You might want to, so that's the best thing. Because you leave, okay. And then you just boil it. When you boil, all you're doing is dissolving it. Once it's dissolved, you just take it off the heat and it gels.
Ask a question out there.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
How much would you use for the how much would you use daily and
for
how
smoothie?
much would, yes.
I use 1 to 2 tablespoons.
Tablespoons.
That's what's suggested. 1 to 2. Sometimes I use 1, sometimes I use 2. I normally use it every day. But because of who I am, I try not to overdo anything. You know who I am. So sometimes I just will eat a salad for breakfast. I found that I don't have to wait till lunchtime to eat a salad. I can eat salad for breakfast. So I'm not going to go any further. We have a guest here today that's going to tell you, especially for people who can't do the iodine thing, there's other things that's good for you, that's good for your gut, because your gut tells you basically how healthy you are. So I'm going to leave here now, and we're going to allow Kemma to come on and present her expertise to us. Come on, Kemma.
Thank you. Thank you out there.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kemma. And Althea, thank you for that presentation on CMOS. I learned a lot, right? And very similar, right? So I'm going to talk to you guys today about kefir. So it's spelled Keefir, and it's pronounced kefir. I say kefir because I'm from New York. I keep it, but the other way sounds a little bit too fluffy for me, right? So I just say kefir. So I put together a little presentation, and if I could share my screen, it'll probably be easier for me to go through it. But if not, I could try to do a side by side, which will work well as also. Okay,
let's see.
so
I'll give you permission, but let's start with the side by side.
It's okay. I can do the side by side. It's fine. Cool. Okay, so I guess you guys are wondering, what is kefir? Kefir. It's a fermented food drink, and it's usually made from milk. And when it's made from milk, it's called milk kefir, or from water and a sugar solution. And what kefir is actually grains, right? So they are naturally occurring collection of bacteria, yeast, and other more microorganisms, and they form together to form almost jelly-like granules. And maybe I do want to share my screen so I can show you the pictures of them.
Okay, let me.
Okay, here we go. Is this the one I want? Oh, here it is, right? Okay, so can you guys see?
Yes. Let me straighten that out for you. There you go.
Yeah, because it's looking real crazy to me right now.
It's good now. No, go ahead and pop it back.
Stop share. Wait, I have my view here that I really don't like it. Okay. Okay, so let's go here and see.
There you go.
It's looking crazy.
Oh, it looks good to us though.
Okay, so this one, the white one, is what the milk kefir grains would look like. And what happens is you would put the kefir grain in milk, and there's a ratio. I have some recipes at the bottom, right? So there will be a ratio of kefir grains to milk. And now the purists say use pure milk, raw milk, goat milk, all that kind of milk. Listen, when I make it, I use regular old whole milk from Walmart, Target, or wherever. They love it. And what happens is that the grains eat the lactose in the milk, because lactose is really just a form of sugar, right? So the grains eat the lactose in the milk, and as they eat the lactose, they produce probiotic bacteria, right? So in a milk kefir, they would produce lactobacillus, lactococcus, Saccharomyces, and Cliboromyces, right? So there's like millions of strains of this good bacteria. And as the grains eat the lactose, they just continue producing this bacteria. So when you drink the milk after it's fermented, you're getting all of this good probiotic in your digestive tract. And then just a little bit about the bottom one. This is a water kefir grain, and you would make the water kefir by mixing a solution of filtered water, sugar, the grains, and the grains would need some type of a mineral, right? So you could use a little bit of sea salt, or you can use some mineral drops, just a tad. You could use a couple of raisins. You could use a clean out eggshell, just to give the kefir environment the right amount of minerals so that they'll be happy and they can produce. Now, when you have kefir water, right, you're getting B1, B6, B12, you're getting antibiotic and antifungal properties in your drink, okay? So I really just want to go back now that I've told you all of that, right? So they say that the kefir grains originated thousands of years ago in Zaiho, China, right? Like over 4,000 years ago was the first indication of kefir grains, and it was in China. And eventually over the years, they evolved into the North Caucasus region, which is a region in Russia, right? So historians claim that the kefir grains we have them today because of the North Caucasus people. And kefir grains are sometimes called the grains of the prophet because there was a whole, religious connotation around the grains, which I'm not going to get into here, right? So as I stated before, kefir grains are a naturally occurring collection of bacteria, yeast, and other microorganisms. And as I stated, when you drink a glass of water or milk kefir, you are getting literally millions and millions of good bacteria going directly into your digestive tract, right? And what it does is it helps keep the gut microbiome balanced. So a lot of the processed food we eat, a lot of the cakes and the sugars and the candy, bad bacteria feed on that type of food. And sometimes that's why we have the uncontrollable urge to snack, because our stomach, the bacteria in our stomach is actually talking to our brain through that vagus vein, right? Saying, oh, I need some more sugar because I'm hungry, right? I need some more sugar. So if you have an imbalance of bad bacteria, you have more, it's sometimes harder to fight the cravings because the bad bacteria is literally talking to your brain, telling it what to do, right? So one of the benefits of drinking kefir, and I have some kefir water here, I drink it religiously every day, milk and water version, I drink it, right? Is it helps to reset the balance in your gut, right? So some of the benefits of kefir in your daily diet regimen, it can lower cholesterol and blood sugar. It can combat the overgrowth of candida in the body, especially in the women's private parts, right? So, candida is yeast. And I know the women on the platform are probably very well aware of, yeast infections we sometimes get, right? And drinking milk kefir, especially because the yeast levels in milk kefir are higher, right? But it's the good kind of yeast that our bodies need. And if we drink the milk kefir, it helps to reset the body's pH balance in our private areas. So it's really good for that. Kefir also aids in improving and keeping the immune system strong. And very importantly, the naturally occurring kefir helps keep the walls of the digestive tract thick, right? Now, my brother, and I think I was sharing this story with Althea a couple of weeks ago, at Thanksgiving, my brother came by and I noticed that he wasn't eating any food. And so I asked him, like, what's going on? How come you're not eating any food? And he says, I have leaky gut and I really can't eat because whenever I eat food, I get so tired and so lethargic. And so he loses all of his energy that he just has to lay down and take a nap. And so I said, hey, well, if you have leaky gut, I have this drink that I make. It's called kefir water. That would be good for you. I didn't offer him milk because he hates milk. So if you hate milk kefir is pretty much out of the question. And he hates milk, right? But either one or both are very beneficial. So, from Thanksgiving till now, he's been drinking the kefir water every day. And he's been reporting back to me on a regular basis that, you know, his stomach is better. He doesn't get lethargic after he eats. He no longer has diarrhea. He's having normal bowel movements. And so he's like really sold on it, right? And so it really does do a magnificent job of, you know, balancing the digestive tract, and drinking regularly. Like I said, it will help thicken the digestive walls to keep bad bacteria from entering into our body, into our bloodstream, and causing those types of sicknesses and diseases that result from leaky gut and things of that nature. Also,
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So I was thinking, I've been drinking water and I've been having some issues in my gut. If sometimes when I feel like bad breath and it feels like it's coming from my gut, there's a particular scent, and it just felt like it. Can you actually feel leaky gut? Can you feel like water, the stuff dripping into your gut when you have that, when leaky gut is present? Do you know?
So I really wouldn't know that, you know, I really wouldn't know like all the symptoms and occurrences that happened as a result of leaky gut. I'm really just kind of focused on when you are incorporating the kefir water and the kefir milk into your diet. It acts as a assistive type agent in thickening the walls of your digestive system, right? So I do know that leaky gut is due to thinning digestive walls, right? Now, if it gives you bad breath or you could taste your food coming back up, I don't know, that could be acid reflux. I don't know, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not asking you to make a diagnosis. I was just making a correlation because I also, you know, had some things going on afterwards, like dealing with shingles right now. And so I'm looking at probiotics as being preventative. It may help to avoid coming down with a number of different maladies that are bacteria or virally based.
So if you're looking for a probiotic, and this is how I actually got into the whole kefir regimen, because I too was looking into probiotics to help myself. I had read an article because I was trying to figure out why in the heck I couldn't stop snacking all the time. And this must have been about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I just really couldn't stop snacking. And I thought that maybe there was a medical reason behind the fact that I couldn't stop snacking.
And so they call that snackitis.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. Right. So I began to do the research, and that's when I really found out about the vagus vein and the bad bacteria that talks through the vagus vein to your brain. And it sounded very logical to me. Right. So one of the solutions, well, actually the number one solution that was suggested was to get on a probiotic regimen. Right. So then I began investigating the probiotics, like how do you know which probiotics are good, which ones are bad? Some of them are very expensive. You don't really know what you're getting. And what I found through the research was that through the processing of the probiotic to turn it into a powder form or to turn it into a pill form, very high levels of heat are used. And so once the probiotic is hit with the high levels of heat, most of them are dead, right? Most of them die off instantly because these are very heightened, much hotter than 98.6, right? Levels, which is our body's temperature. So most of the probiotic that these manufacturers are advertising are in their pills are dead already when you get them. So I was like, yeah. So then I researched, well, how can I get a real good probiotic? And hence, you know, my research led me to the kefir grains and making it myself. And if you think about it, the kefir grains are no different than the other things that we buy in the store, right? So once we start getting processed foods, buying the foods in a box, a bag, or a tube, right? We know that a lot of the nutritional value and the health benefits of the food have been either destroyed, lessened, or eliminated because of the processing of the food, right? To get it to fit in that bag, that box, or a jar, right?
Which is the crazy part, because it seems like the more we learn about how to stay well, and the more healing, you know, things that we learn, the more they try to mass produce it so that they can sell it. and then they kill it, and then they keep us locked in, try to keep us locked in the system. So yeah, so that's what makes this such great information on how to navigate, you know, because people get overwhelmed with information. You know, okay, they say this is good this week, this is good next week, but there's certain principles that you're talking about that are very important.
Right, and I think that it's important to do the research, and then, you know, just like our program, you have to line up the research with what fits for you, right? Like you have to line it up with what your goals are, what your health goals are, what your beliefs are around food, what your beliefs are around health. You know, certain things you read and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And then other things like the bad bacteria talking to my brain through that vagus vein, that made a lot of sense to me, because I already know that I definitely have a problem with snacking. And I feel like it's more than just me telling me, oh, go eat something, right? But we got some.
Well, it made sense to me about your brother, because I don't like milk. So if you had come at me with kefir milk, I'd be like, but kefir water, you know, or even I might even be more open to kefir milk, knowing that. But I first tried the kefir water.
Try the kefir water. So I need to tell you guys that I've been drinking kefir water and kefir milk for, I don't know the exact, for about the last 5 or 6 years, right? And I will tell you that I do not get sick. Right? Whenever I feel any type of a tickle in my throat, I drink some kefir milk. And I will say this, that kefir milk is more powerful than kefir water for whatever reason. It just is, right? But water is very good too. And I just don't get sick, right? So kefir has been known to kill pathogens, right? And aid in the reduction of cancerous tumors. And I just want to say this, that a lot of studies have shown that cancerous tumors grow when we're eating a high carb, high sugar diet, right? And so there has been a lot of research going on, especially recently, around treating cancerous tumors with a low carb, low sugar diet, right? And kefir, the good bacteria found in both kefir milk and kefir water, love a healthy diet. They want a diet that's high in vegetables, that's high in fiber. And if you know anything about the probiotic, you know that it grows when you have a good prebiotic, so that they can eat the prebiotic. And the prebiotic is the vegetables. It's the fibrous foods, right? So tumors don't like that stuff, right? Tumors don't like that. So kefir is a very effective tool to our health. And then the other thing that I want to say is that the immune system, the stronger the immune system, the less likely it is that we're going to get sick, right? So everything as far as health starts in our gut. It starts in our digestive tract. So the goal is like to keep our gut health very healthy, very strong, right? And just a couple of more points here, because I know I don't want to keep you guys.
Well, right? And you do have some questions. You know, you're definitely inspiring some questions. So
okay. So let me just get through the presentation, and then you know, just another 5 minutes. Okay. So like I said before, if you were to go into the supermarket now and you go into, you know, the fresh food section, you know, where they have the vegetables, and then lined around the vegetable section are all the supposedly quote unquote fresh bottled foods like the salad dressings and the fresh juices and stuff like that, you will find kefir milk there. You will find the kefir milk. You'll find the kefir water in a lot of stores, but you have to be very careful because they've added a whole bunch of sugar. They've added a whole bunch of artificial flavors, and they've added preservatives. And we all know how hard preservatives are on our body, right? So if manufacturers are putting something in our food and in our drink that will stop the food or drink from breaking down, once we drink it, it ain't breaking down in our bodies either, right? It's not breaking down in our bodies either. And once it goes in our body doesn't know what to do with it. It can't digest it or process it. So it stores it. It stores it in our fat cells, right? That's what the body is going to do with it. And the more toxins and stuff we have in our fat cells, the harder it's going to be to drop any weight, because the body is like, hey, no, we can't crack open these fat cells because we got all these toxins in there. And if we let them out, we're going to be sick, right? So it's like, a big picture of connecting the dots on really how to obtain health and help our bodies keep us healthy, right? So the best way to ensure you're ingesting pure, healthy, and totally beneficial probiotic drink is to make it at home. And it's real easy to make. I make it all the time. I've been making it for years and years. I love my kefir grains. When I take the top off, they're talking to me. They're bubbling and they're right. And it's all freaky, but I love them, right? And I love to drink, and I know that I'm a lot more healthy as a result, right? And so I just kind of answered what, talked about why can't we just buy an over-the-counter probiotic pill or a powder, right? Because we really just don't know what we're getting. Could be good, could be not. Could be rancid already, could be not. And I just want to throw in an aside that the same thing with fish oil, right? So if any of you guys take fish oil, be very beware, because if you look it up and you do the research, you will find that most fish oil, omega-3s fish oil, is rancid before you even buy it.
Or you from
right? So you're actually putting rancid
stuff.
Supplements in your body. And when things are rancid, and I'm going off here a little bit, when things are rancid, they generate radical cells in our body, right?
Cancer.
And why are radical cells bad? Because they're mutated, they're damaged, they're dangerous. And when mutated cells recreate and multiply, we get sick. That's what happens, right? I could go off on so many different tangents, right? But I'm not, right? Okay. So kefir grains, they're sold in very small amounts, usually 2 tablespoons or sometimes 1 teaspoon, and it'll probably cost you anywhere between $9 and $15 for the 2 tablespoons, and you could purchase it on Amazon or on eBay. But what's good about the grains is that as you feed them, they multiply. So as you might only start with 2 tablespoons worth of grains, but in a week or 2 weeks, you might have a cup or 2 cups, because they just keep multiplying. And the better and the happier they are, and the more you switch them out and keep them fresh with fresh milk and sugar solution, depending on which one you're making, the more grains you're going to have. Sometimes I got to just throw them away. I don't have nobody to give them to. It's just too many. I feel so bad because I'm just not wasteful, but they just keep multiplying. That's how you know your grains are healthy and happy, and they're giving you the best possible probiotics that they can, right? And if you research it online, there are plenty of different recipes for both milk and water kefir. But I did attach a milk kefir recipe and a water kefir recipe to this little slide, and I'll send it to Althea or however you guys, if you're interested in getting the slide.
Could
I'm happy to share it.
Yes,
So,
we are very interested in getting that slide
Yes,
and learn
yes,
learn how to
awesome.
make it. And
Good.
when you
Somebody
send it
got some hands
to send
up
it
here.
to Althea.
Yes, great job, Kim. Wonderful. We got some hands up here. Okay, come on, Phil.
Hello, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, very interesting. I was always wondering what kefir meant. Kefir, because I had, I get these food from the Fresh Direct. And they usually send me nice fresh vegetables and everything. And they usually send me these little containers of kefir, milk. It's a little jar. Let me show you. See right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it says kefir, and it says probiotic, right?
Yep.
And I was reading it, and like you say, I was able, thank God, you're a blessing, because you broke it down for how it's going to be if I take all these sugars that is included inside this thing. Because I'm reading it.
No good.
Read the ingredients.
No good.
It says, well, yeah, it says saturated fat 2.5. 17. Total sugars 27. Includes 16 g of added sugars.
Right.
33%. 33%.
Right.
That's quite a bit of sugar.
Right.
And I'm trying to, and this is added, and I'm trying to get away from the sugars. But the thing is that, you come with this presentation, and I say, wow, this is a godsend, because I wanted to hear about what I'm taking these days, because I'm 65 and ain't getting no younger, and I want to, eat healthy. And I do be having little issues with my stomach. I don't go to the bathroom regular like a lot of people do. Like, I just don't go regularly. My regular is every other day or 2 or 3. And I'm surprised because I eat every day, but that's just my digestive system. And maybe I was hoping I could get my digestive system to work a little bit better, and to read that and then to hear about all the things that it says on here. It says shake well. Now I got it, and I never drink it because I'm not a milk drinker. I don't like milk, but I will drink milk if it's with some syrup or something sweet to help me with going down. Some pancakes or some waffles.
Right.
I won't touch milk, because my mother even told me when I was young that I would regurgitate the milk because I was like lactose intolerant. But and they always say milk is good for you and milk is good for the body. But hey, I remember it comes from cows. They say this is good for the body, but I kind of got it deterred. I said, I don't care. I don't like milk, and I'm not drinking. And now I feel like I'm suffering because I do suffer with arthritis now. And I'm thinking, but maybe because I didn't drink milk. But then maybe not. Maybe I was going to get this arthritis anyway.
I'm not going to do that.
So
it's going to come with the old age, So I just want to
I wish you stopped saying that. You're only 60.
Tell them.
Every time I celebrate a birthday, some people look at it when they celebrate a birthday, it's like, oh wow, I'm 1 year older, but I'm 1 year closer to the grip of death.
Or not.
Thanks a lot, Bill. I just had a birthday.
I'm planning on living to be 200. So
No, you don't want to be here that long.
So Bill, I just want to say that kefir water and kefir milk have their own distinct tastes, right? And I think the takeaway is that you're not drinking it because it tastes good, right? You're drinking it because it's beneficial to you, right? So it's an acquired taste, but the manufacturer's goal is to give you something that tastes good.
Tastes good.
So you'll continue to buy it. And so they have to add the sugar, they have to add the flavors, right? And they have to make sure it's going to last for a long time, so.
And it comes in different flavors. Like I got the strawberry, they give me something spicy, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla,
Absolutely.
And it's just like those other drinks, those little drinks that they sell, that they come in, the drinks that the little milk drinks that they sell that cost
not good.
Those milk aren't good. They sell by the cases in the supermarket in Walmart.
That's why.
What is that?
That's probably why. Trying to sell it.
It's milk?
But no, it's a probiotic drinks, the little probiotic drinks.
Oh,
yeah.
It's in the tip of my head.
You gotta read the ingredients. Read the ingredients and do your research, like she said.
Yeah. You just gotta really read the ingredient list and once you
But you know what?
start seeing a whole bunch of stuff you can't pronounce and you never heard of,
Yeah,
you know it's
that's
no
right.
good.
Sugar.
You know it's no good.
Now I don't want to be scared away from this because I do need to drink it because it's here. I used to get so much of it that I would be giving it away to seniors, you know. But because it was supposed to be for me. But I need to drink it, and I don't be fearful of drinking it and see what happens. You know, I do need the help right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and drink this and hope. If I'm not here tomorrow, remember I said.
Or you could go and get some milk kefir grains and ferment them yourself and drink it.
I know.
And I think that's the key. I think a lot of
More
people, you know, that they keep switching up on us because a lot of people don't want to do what seems like it might be work, but it's just that little bit of work that'll make it the quality control. Yeah, a little bit more.
That's right.
My dad always said anything worth having is worth looking for. You know.
Lewis had his hand up too.
Come on, Lewis. Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah. You just got me laughing there, I'm talking about age. Thank God that we get old enough, you know.
That's right.
But
That's right.
My question is, you know, concerning all milk. I'm talking about almond, oatmeal, you know, not just whole, because I'm lactose intolerant. I haven't messed with regular milk in such a long time. So would that be all milk?
So if there's no lactose in the milk, the kefir has nothing to eat because the kefir will only eat the sugar. And lactose, anything with an "-ose" at the end of it, is a form of sugar, right? So if there's no lactose in the milk, like almond milk and coconut milk and, you know, those types of milks, they don't have any lactose. So you would have to go with a water kefir, right? And
what you're saying that, you know, lactose intolerant, that would eat the lactose, so that would make it digestible for me.
And that's one of the benefits. If you're lactose intolerant and you ferment your milk with kefir grains, there's really not going to be any lactose in it, right?
Okay.
But you want to be sure too that you don't over ferment, right? So you want to keep the ratio of grains to liquid appropriate, and you want to really set it in like a warm, dark place. And the fermentation period is anywhere from 24 hours to 48 hours, right? So especially with milk, the longer it ferments, the more it'll separate, right? So the milk will literally separate the solids from the whey, right? And if it ferments too much, it's going to be lumpy and clumpy. So you really have to watch it.
Okay.
You really have to watch
it. That's a good thing. Good. I'm glad you explained that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? You know what? So many things are similar. Like you talking about the kefir and the sea moss, because you know it's talking about your gut. You know, having your gut. You know, but with everything that we might do, whether it's sea moss or kefir, it's like an equation. There's no one thing that's going to make you healthy. We all kind of know that.
Right.
You got to have some exercise.
Right.
You got to drink plenty of water. You got to eat your vegetables. You got to, you know, it's no one thing, you know. Right. And I want to thank you, Timma. You know, you gave a wealth of information, you know, and I want to say for the people that's here, we're here to get healthy. We want to live the rest of our life to the best that we can, to have a good quality of life. And things like Timma just shared with us, I'm definitely going to invest in that. I'm gonna still do my chemo, my sea moss, and that. You know, I can do both because I need that. And when I was in the hospital, when I was having all this stomach problems, really, really bad pains, it was so bad they kept me. They kept me there for 3 days, and they kept giving me morphine every 4 hours. And it would barely, and I kept saying, no, I can't do this. I can't, and they still don't know what's wrong. The 3rd day, and I said, I don't want another shot of that, although with the pain. So they came to me and they said, look, we done went over everything. We can't figure it out. It must be in your head. in my, like, I'm imagining space. You know what I mean? Like, but if I'm imagining, and y'all give me that, right? So they decided to give me Depakote because they said it was in my head.
Oh, please.
Right? They gave me Depakote.
Yeah, that's great.
And but the doctor did explain to me that that's when I found out about the vagus nerve. He said your gut and your brain is a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
He said if your brain is okay, your gut is okay. That's what he said. If your gut is okay, your brain is okay. So I guess, and when I thought about that, that means when I'm thinking of good things to eat, if I make a decision, the knowledge of the good things to put in my body, then my stomach will be okay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if my stomach is all messed up, of course my head's gonna be messed up because I can't think, I can't concentrate and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So they gave me the Depakote, and what happened was I woke up one morning, and like I said, the whole side of my face was twitching, my mouth like doing that, and it wouldn't stop. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to Zoom meeting my friend? You know, I'm thinking all this stuff.
Right.
And I was like, oh, just because I took that prescription, I stopped taking it. Fortunately, over time, it stopped. My speech is still kind of messed up because of that, you know. And that's when I started doing the CMOS. But that's when I found out about that vagus nerve. So sometimes I have insomnia, and they gave me a sleep mask and all this stuff. I sent that stuff back. So what I do now I know about the nerve, the vagus nerve. I just take my lavender oil. Where's my lavender oil? I take my little lavender oil, and I'll like rub a little, massage a little bit. Actually helps me go to sleep. You know, besides.
You know, that's what makes, that's why I'm so happy that we have the the RDSF.com, the Wellness Awareness Recovery Network, because we get to have these conversations. Because when you start hearing information, like you said, the vagus nerve, you know, all in the gut, that being connected to the mind actually, our emotions are in our gut. You know, you just start hearing things that start connecting, and then you can start putting the information. And also, the more that we seek, the more it comes to us. When you say seek and ye shall find. So I heard a lot of great stuff. You know, then we get information, and you have to just really get in there and give it a shot. But if you don't know, if you're not aware, then you just, you know, you're lost.
Go with the norm.
You're lost. So.
And I just wanted to add, right? So when you first start drinking the kefir, you have to incorporate it into your diet slowly, right? Because there's going to be some turmoil in your digestive tract as the amount of good bacteria increases over the bad bacteria, right? So there could be, doesn't have to be, but there could be some intestinal bloating, and don't be surprised if you have the biggest, most ridiculous poop that you've ever had in your life, right? After beginning to drink the kefir, right?
That's like with the CMOS too. Since I've been in the CMOS, as soon as I get up in the morning, I don't have to drink coffee or anything to go to the bathroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? To make a nice good. Sometimes I'm like, you know.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be a pull of good and evil.
You know, and it's the right stiffness, and you know what I mean? Because you got to really look at your bowel movement to see how healthy you are.
That's right.
If it's runny, if it's too light, I know it's the same thing, but that's doctors. They do those stool. Why do you think they do those stool tests?
That's right.
Really see what's in your
How's that sound to you, Phil?
No, but that's not.
He's like, I like to have a good old big gigantic dump.
But you know, sometimes we need to be careful because about last year sometime I was in the hospital because I had a case of diarrhea, and it was so bad that I couldn't stop running. I was so weak, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I thought maybe I had COVID because I wasn't sure what it was. So I got sent to the hospital, and they kept me for a week, and they put me in an area that they shut me off from everybody else, because I guess during that time period, it was getting close to that time before COVID was hitting. And I was there, and they said that what it was that I couldn't stop going, but they wouldn't give me nothing to stop it. I said, I just want to stop going, because after a while, you're not, I was eating in the hospital, every day eating, but yet it would come right back out. And they wouldn't give me nothing to stop it. They said, we're going to have to let it, go through. We're gonna have to, whatever this is, this bacteria that's in your system, get out. You know, it was a bad bacteria. So they had to let it flow out. Then when they finally did, and they said, all right, I think it's about time, about 5 days later, they gave me some kind of medication that stopped the diarrhea. I started, Well, anyway, I started, going regular. It was coming out solid.
You muted.
Okay.
Something like that. And then when I left, they told me what it was. They told me about the good bacteria. Now you're talking about that. You're sharing about the good bacteria. They said I had so much the bacteria. I don't know if it was good or bad when I came out. It was what, bad or good?
Probably bad.
It was bad.
Bad.
Making you sick is bad.
Making you sick is bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Sick is bad. Sick not good.
So speaking about the antibiotics, right? So whenever you take an antibiotic, right, and you don't do anything to restore the bacterial balance in your gut, it can take up to 2 years, right, or more to restore your digestive health because of the antibiotic. Because the antibiotic is not able to go in and say, oh, that's a good bacteria, don't kill that. Oh, that's a bad bacteria, let's kill it. Antibiotic is going to kill everything, right?
Okay,
Everything.
Yeah.
So
as sea moss only absorbs
hold on, Althea, let me finish. Sorry. Okay, so if you're ever taking an antibiotic, right, it's even more important that you restore the balance in your gut. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, and before we get a little bit too much further, I want to let you know that we've got to the end of the hour. There's so much information that we want to pack in, but we got to leave them a little hungry. You leave your digestive system a little hungry, so you can come on back every second and fourth Thursday at 2:30 to get fed with some more information and to bring information, so that we can share together our experiences and all of that, so that we can stay on top of this thing. Because I don't know about you, I'm 66, man. I consider myself, I tell people all the time, I plan to live to be 200, because that doesn't necessarily mean that I'll live to be 200, but if I'm planning to live to be 200, then I'll take a little bit better care of my body. I'll know that I'm always working on something, and I'm never going to be perfect at it. Yep. So, Jessica, y'all want to wrap it up? I know that we'll have more information. We can continue the conversation inside of the Wellness Awareness Recovery Network. And at the end of this recording, we'll leave up a QR code so that you can scan your way in and see, join us. We're having a conversation. We're talking about this stuff. Althea's in there all the time. Kim is going to be in there all the time. And also, if you just don't know, if you feel like you're not technical, just go to TheRDSF.com. That's the R as in Reginald, D as in Dion, S as in Smith, F as in Foundation.com, and join us. Download the app and join us, and we'll hang out there and continue the conversation.
I put it in the chat. Is that right?
Okay, let's put it in there, and I'll also scroll it across the screen. And like I said, at the end of this, we'll leave the QR code up so you can scan your way in there, and it'll be on the card. It'll be on the card. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
I'm gonna focus on breathing for relaxation. I have different exercises, and if you have any kind of exercise of breathing, if you want to bring some more information about what we're talking about today, to further, because I'm trying to create a community of wellness. So if you have some information that you know of, something that you do that helps you in your wellness journey, please bring it on. We will bring the speaker on. I have a lot of people stepping up because everybody's trying to get well and they want to live a nice, good quality life in our last years. We just have the day, but we want to, enjoy the day. We want to enjoy the moment in good health. So wishing everyone good health, Have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much.
And
guys.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Come on. Wow. You know, I can always call you. It's a wonderful, wonderful
Sure
job.
did. You sure did.
Have a nice evening.
It's so great to get good information that we don't know about.
Questions? I'm open.
Okay. All right, guys, let's go back to work.
All
All right. All right, Mrs. You have a great day.
You know not to say that going on. I don't know. For my goodness. I open up a can of worms every time.
Do any of you do breathing exercise?
No.
I do.
You?
Need it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, breathing. You know, like relaxation or mindfulness, but it's mindfulness.
Right.
Things that I do, like opening the chakras, breathing on, and things like that. The box breath, where you breathe in forth, count 4, hold in 4, then hold in 4. Different things like that. That's what I'm share. And anything else y'all have, I'm just letting y'all know what we're going to talk about. You might want to research it, bring something to it the next time, or whatever. If you know somebody,
No, we got you one. We got you.
And I can present somebody. I'm all nervous to talk. But I'm gonna let Reggie go.
Okay.
Hanging in there. Thank you for allowing me.
Hey, I love you all. It's been loads of fun. We got to run. We'll see you on the other side of the room. My name is Reggie Smith. You can join me inside of the Wellness Awareness Recovery Network. We'll see all of y'all there. Until next time, peace and blessings.